Hi, I'm Orange Mask, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play. The new players, if there are any, and hopefully this doesn't get outdated in like a year. So, if you're watching this like a year later, all of these mechanics will probably still be a thing, most likely. And let's just get into it. First thing is going to be running on the ground, or just like, I'm going to be teaching you ground jukes in general. So, first thing you want to do for the ground, you kind of want to move like... So I've seen a lot of new players, and they move straight up, because, you know, it would make sense, kind of. But you kind of want to move more, like, parallel to the ground, and, like, pull yourself across it. And then you can do it from the side, like this, really fast. And then that'll be like, yeah. Or you can do the classic funny run, where you get your fingers like this, you go in a circle real fast, like... I hit my controllers. But yeah, you are at risk of doing that if you funny run. But it's a decent way to get around when you first start playing, other than just bouncing upwards. Next ground skill is going to be the slide juke. So the slide juke is pretty self-explanatory. It's a juke having to do with a slide, but also not at the same time. So basically what you want to do, so your butt, your head, and your hands have, like, they're solid, but nothing else is. So your arm can go straight through and around, and that's what the side juke is. You're going to go boom and boom. It's pretty easy. So boom. And that last part is probably the hardest part to get to. You just kind of want to, you don't want to, like, depending on how long your arm is, you don't want to stop too early. If your arm is like pretty long, you're going to stop at the middle, and it'll be fine. If your arm is shorter, you're going to want to stop more to the end. And you're going to be like, how do I know when I've stopped to the end? Well, your arm's kind of going to do it for you. Once you jump through and you hear the clank, you're going to pull yourself. But anyway, next thing is going to be the rag spin. I believe that's what it's called. Basically, you just grab the pole. Don't you dare. And you're going to pull around like that. Grab pole, pull around. Wait, grab pole, pull around. And then eventually you can do it with one arm, where you kind of like, it's hard to like do it step by step. You're just going to want to do the same thing with the arm that was pulling it around, without this other arm. But you would want to do it with your left hand if you were left-handed. Alright, next juke is actually, that's probably it for the jukes. Let's move to like the double walls. So double walling is relatively easy as a skill, and you just kind of want to like hit off onto the other wall at a decent, like a medium type strength. You don't want to hit too hard. You don't want to hit too not hard. I don't know. You don't want to like go like that. You want to hit like push, not pull. I mean, yeah, not like go straight up. You kind of want to get a little up, but you mostly side by side. Next skill is going to be the pinch climb. Oh no, so scary. Sorry. But basically, you're just going to want to hug it and pull up. Hug, pull, until you get to the very top. That's it. There's not much to it. But eventually, when you get good at it, you'll be able to, like, pinch climb up walls like that. I'm not good. I'm just kidding. Or, no, I'm not. But I'm not the best. Man, what the heck is wrong with me today? I can do this. Yeah. You just get the point. But next thing is going to be elevator climb. This is a real hard one for newer players. So basically, you're going to want to put your arm through it, just like I taught you with the slide juke. And your arm is going to want to go in like a circular motion. You can't really see it, but start just pinch climbing like that from the side. It'll make it easier. So just pretend like you're pinch climbing, but to the side. Maybe like that. Next skill, I'm going to teach you guys how to wall climb. Wall climb is a relatively easy skill for the walls. It's one of the easier versions. So, wall climbing, basically, you're just going to be like flexing, basically. And you're just going to hit side from side, or like J-Man Curly says, it's like Frozone. I'm not trying to quote J-Man Curly. I'm not a J-Man Curly stan, but basically it's just double walling. And you could basically do it on any crease. Like, if I come over here, I could do it like the little crease right here. Hold on, it's up higher, so. See? Just like so. Anyways, I fell over. Anyways, next thing, gonna be wall running, just like I did right there. When I tried getting up to the wall climbing thing. But basically, it's just gonna be like if you're running like this, but with one hand, so like that. I'm trying to think of a good example, but there's not really anything. It's kind of like riding a bicycle if your feet were your hands. But, you know, that doesn't sound very helpful, so, yeah. And you're also kind of want to stay, like, flushed to the wall. Like, you're not going to want to stay straight like this, you're going to be more like that. And as you can see right there, you can stay on it for a split second. Which I wasn't really on it for a split second, I could stay on it for a while, but you could stay on it for a little bit. And that would help you if you're not very great. And the easiest part are the creases, because you just jump past them and makes this part of the walls the easiest part to learn how to wall run. Okay, next thing is wall running upwards, vertically, whatever. But it's just basically the same thing, except more upwards motion. Some people do it in circles like that. Like, I don't really do it like that, so I can't, well, I kind of do it like that. I do more of a C than a circle. I do like, but pretty fast. Actually, yeah, that's a circle. I'm not very bright. But as you can see, I'm moving forward a little bit. That's fine to move forward a little bit, because moving forward a little bit is just because that means you're not the best at it yet. But you will get better, and then you'll stay on the same wall longer. But yeah. Next skill, Lucioing. Lucioing is kind of, let's see, harder. But gosh, you're kind of want to like do that kind of motion, like boom, 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 boom. So kind of look. I'll try and look at my arms while I'm doing it, but kind of like that. It's kind of hard to look at my arms while doing it. Like, yeah. You won't really need this skill quite yet if you're like a new player, but if you do want to learn it, there's how, I suppose. Next skill is going to be branching. So first, you just want to get to a branch that is easier to get to, and you're just going to want to go like boom, and you're just going to want to keep going to different branches. And yeah, I mean, that's really it. Always bounce off the wall, like wall run while branching. So, yeah, that's it for branching, basically. It's just moving on the branches. And next up, a little harder, scaling. Scaling, you just want to go up from the tree. And then when you get faster, when you get better, you'll get faster, I mean to say. But yeah, that was basically it, except for one more skill. It's a juke, but it wasn't for the ground section because it's in the branches. It's called the hospital flip, and the best thing to represent it is over here on this branch. Now, you kind of want to stay like in a decent size. You're not going to want it too small over here, too big over there. You're going to be like right here is good. And you kind of want to just bring yourself around like that. Here, actually, a better one to try it on is over here, because this one's a little more skinnier. And you're just, like you're going to want to twirl your arm around like I taught you with the rag spin with single hand. But you're going to want to do it vertically, or not vertically, horizontal. But yeah, that was really it for the skills. I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye.